Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello, how are you? How has your week been? So I'm just gonna get right into it. For this week's video, I'm going to be reading books that have a film adaptation. So I've got 3 books here of varying sizes. The first one, which I've already started, is Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I say I've started, I mean I'm on page like 13, so I haven't really gotten that much into it. Don't really have any thoughts on that just yet. And the next one I'm going to be reading is Pride and Prejudice. I've never read this book and I've never seen the movie. I think after I read this, I'm going to be watching that. And then the last one is Stealing Home, which is the first book in the Sweet Magnolias series. Which I love to watch with my mom. So she and I are actually going to be buddy reading this book and I'm super excited to read it. She has started it. So she's a bit ahead of me, but I'm going to catch up. Don't worry. She was like, you have to like put restraints on yourself so that like you're not like super far ahead of me. Like, okay. Unfortunately, this one is a pocketbook. I'm going to try to read my physical copy, but my mom did buy it on her Kindle, so I might download it and read it some on my Kindle. So I'll get this finished a lot faster. I am a speed reading demon on my Kindle. I got it a little over a week ago and I've read 2 books already. In addition to like reading physical books as well. So anyways, let's get started. You know what's weird about the English language is that good morning, good afternoon, and good evening are all like greetings, whereas good night is a salutation, a goodbye. What do I say? Because it's currently like 10:30. I can't say good evening. But if I say goodnight, it sounds like I'm saying goodbye. These are the existential questions that I have on a daily basis. Anyways, it is Tuesday. It is the second day of this video. And I'm currently behind because I am only that much into Gone Girl. I am 84 pages in, which I don't think is even a quarter of the way through the book. But I think tomorrow evening I'm gonna have some good time to read. And I'm not going to bed yet. I'm gonna spend like 30 minutes reading. I don't really know like what all to say about this book because I don't want to give any spoilers. I'm just gonna say I'm like awful confused and don't know how I feel. Both the female and the male main characters are giving me equally like icky vibes right now. That's what I have to say about that. It's interesting. I mean, I'm probably like one of the last people to read this book, but it's told in like dual timelines. The present day timeline is told in the male main character's point of view, Nick, the husband. The then point of view kind of like jumps around, but it's told through like journal entries from Amy, Nick's wife, who is the gone girl. Like she's gone missing. Oh my word, just the way that these 2 characters describe their marriage, that is so sad. And like to think about like, yes, this particular book is a work of fiction, but there are like real couples out there where like this perfectly describes their marriage, which is just really sad to think about. See, I told myself earlier that I was going to stay up to finish this book tonight. That was 2 hours ago and now it's 11:15 and I still have 50% of the book to get through. So I don't think that's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna stay up till like midnight and read, but I definitely am not gonna be finishing it tonight, which is so unfortunate. Well, now I'm really confused. It's 12:10, I'm on page 250, and now I'm finally like actually getting into this book. It took a long time, but now I am into it. So that's good. Because it was slow going there for a very long time. Okay, it's Friday night. Well, technically now it's Saturday morning. but I'm not gonna be like that. And we've prolonged this long enough. Tonight, I am finishing Gone Girl. It's currently 12:30, so we will see how long this takes me to finish. I'm currently on page 308, so I think I have less than 100 pages left. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know when I last updated this video. It's definitely been a few days. I finished this book on Saturday, it's now Monday, so my thoughts have had a little time to simmer. It took a really long time for me to get into this book. Like, I think it wasn't until like the big plot twist, I think like halfway through the book, that I was really like, okay, I actually am enjoying this now. And I don't want to say anything that's like too much spoilers, but I do want to say, like, I feel like I got a little too much of the husband's perspective in this book. Like, it's called Gone Girl. Like, I wanted a little bit more of the girl's perspective. Her part of the story really intrigued me, and I wish she could have gotten like more of her perspective and of like her, like the day of. I didn't really like the ending. The ending was really upsetting and disappointing to me. Thrillers aren't supposed to end a satisfying way. You know, like, they're supposed to end differently than like a romantasy or a rom-com. I don't know, I guess I'm just a person who really prefers when endings are longer than like a couple pages, because that was a problem I had with when I read Float by Kate Marchant too, was that the ending was just too short. And like, this was a book that's ending was just too short. I mean, like, it was good in the fact that like the actual events of the ending were upsetting, which like for a thriller is like good, just it was too short. The ending was. And we got too much of the guy's perspective. This I can say was a book where like I never particularly liked either character. I don't remember what I gave this. I'll put it right here because my iPad's out there and obviously I'm using my phone to film, so. Right, and then on Saturday I picked up and I started reading Pride and Prejudice. I didn't get very far in that, but I was like reading and there was football on TV and like there were people in my house. I'm not very far into it. I think I'm maybe like 15 pages in. I downloaded Stealing Home on my Kindle. I have an exam tomorrow and then an exam on Wednesday. And so I'm like bouncing back and forth, trying to balance everything. Like, trying really hard not to like read anything and not to like put pressure on myself. Like, you should be reading, like you need to get these books done for this video. I'm really enjoying it. I'm on chapter, I think like 7. I think I'm like just under 100 pages in, which is like 30. There's like 370 pages in the Kindle version. For the most part, in terms of like events and stuff, the show is really closely following the book. There's like a couple little things. It's really funny buddy reading it with my mom, and she'll like send me screenshots of where she's at in the book and be like, this isn't right. Like, really funny. This is just so cute and fun, and like my mom and I have never buddy read a book like this before, so it's like super fun. I'm excited to keep reading this, so. I just got a jump scare looking in the bathroom mirror. I'm still reading Stealing Home. I read a lot today, like a lot. I'm on page 277, which is 71% through the book, and I'm having so much fun like buddy reading this with my mom, because this is one of those books where it's like you literally know no one else who's reading this book or like has read this book before. It's like, who are you going to talk to about the different things that's going on in this book? Because like, have you really even read a book if you don't like discuss it with somebody? I don't think so. It's a separate hobby. 3 separate hobbies: buying books, reading books, talking about books. My mom put it best. This book is definitely more feisty than the show was. So far we haven't gotten any like actual spice scenes, but it's definitely a lot more suggestive than the show is. So I was not expecting that, because usually things like that are the other way around, whereas like the book might not be so suggestive, but then they go and make the show a lot suggestive. And I'm sending things to my mom like, TV show Cal would never do that. That's so disrespectful. Noreen, hate her. She's really irritating. Just like, I am one of those people that's like heavily influenced. Whatever I do first is like what I remember most, because I watched the show first before reading this book. I am like comparing the book to the show rather than comparing the show to the book. Yeah, and so I'm super excited to finish it. I'm definitely gonna finish this book tomorrow. No, I'm not. What am I even saying? My mom is on chapter 18. So I can read through to chapter 18 and that is it. So I will not be finishing this book tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna finish this book in this vlog. I'm gonna read most of it in this vlog, but can't finish it. I left my book at work. I'm so sad. I might have an easier time reading it on my Kindle than on paper anyways. So, dang it. How did I just leave my book there? Where did I even put it? I'm gonna figure it out. We're gonna get it and we're gonna finish it sometime. Okay, I don't know exactly how many pages I read, because now that I'm reading it on my Kindle, like the pages are all wonky, and like now all of a sudden the book has 500 pages instead of like 300. So I don't know exactly how much I read, but when I first started reading tonight, I was at like 7% and now I'm at 20%. So we're making some progress, not that much. Also, I think I'm gonna have to like watch some videos about like what Pride and Prejudice is about, because Elizabethan English is just hard to read. Don't mind the hair, it's still dry. But you know how yesterday I said that I left my book at work? Found it. So I'm still gonna finish it on my Kindle because I think I'm reading a lot faster on there than I would my hard copy. So I am at 22% of Pride and Prejudice. I'm currently at the part where her cousin is trying to marry her, which is weird. This is the first like historical fiction book I have read in a long time, and so it's weird because they're all trying to marry their cousins. It has taken me so long to read these books, and I think I'm gonna have to call it quits here. I'm sad because I really wanted to like Pride and Prejudice. The Old English is just too much. Like, I can't comprehend it, and so it's taking me so much longer to read than I was wanting. So I've already been filming this video for 2 weeks, so I'm gonna call it quits here. I have read most of Stealing Home, but obviously I still have to, I'm still trying to stay on the same pace as my mom. I've read that much of this book. That is a lot more than I thought. Let's get some rankings overall. I'm not going to stop reading Pride and Prejudice. It's just, it's gonna take me a little bit longer than I was originally hoping, and I'm over this video. So I finished Gone Girl. That was the first one I read, and I rated it a 3 stars. And then I was reading Stealing Home. I think that's gonna be a 3.5 stars. And Pride and Prejudice, I don't know, right now I'm feeling like a 2.75. We'll see. I will keep you guys updated on my reading progress of that book and stuff, so you don't have to worry about that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this hot mess of a video that took me so long to film. And I'm technically not even done with it, but I'm over it, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling up to it. I'd really love it. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.